Joining me now is Atiba Madyun, founder of the Madyun Group, a government relations firm, also a contributor to the Washington Post. A lot to get to here. Just within the last 24 hours, we've heard a lot of conflicting information. What Trump is saying himself, what his administration is putting out. What's happening here?
Confusion. I mean, what you see coming from the top is coming down to the bottom. I want to start off by saying my aunt is almost 100 years old. We had a conversation a few weeks ago, and I asked her, what do you think about this particular administration? She says she's never seen anything like it. So in terms of you asking me that question, we've never seen anything like this. This is politically different than anything that I've seen in the 9 presidents in my lifetime.
You know, Comey is trying to stay out of this. He was invited to testify before a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing. Reports say that he is unlikely to do so. Do you think something could change his mind? Could he be compelled to testify? Will we ever hear his side of the story?
I think we've got to also look at the history of the FBI and what Director Comey often said, that he was very engaged and what was important to him was protecting the Constitution. It was protecting the laws of the land of the United States. Inserting himself into this process right now will probably derail what's going on with the FBI right now, what their investigation is. I thought it was interesting yesterday listening to the president. The president said that, you know, there were several times that the director told him that he was not under investigation. But I would beg to ask, how many times has the FBI actually gone forward and told someone that they were under investigation?
You know, he is going out there and defending himself. He's on social media. He is making television appearances. I'm talking about the U.S. president here. We're just a little over 100 days into his term. It's very early. Will he survive? Can he make it to the end of 4 years and then possibly more?
Well, I can tell you as a U.S. citizen and talking to U.S. citizens on both sides of this who are for Trump and against Trump, that there are a lot of citizens that are against Trump that are actually pulling and hoping that this is that thing that's going to derail his presidency. I think overall we should really be looking at what does derailing his presidency mean for our country and what does it mean for the world? We should be wanting to try and figure out exactly what happened. We should be wanting the president to be forthright. I think that what the president is doing right now makes it appear as if there is a level of guilt or something that he's feeling that he's trying to protect himself from. So will he survive this? I think that a lot of that depends on what the president did prior to coming into office and what he's going to do and what it appears to us. To some of us, it looks as if it's a cover-up. But what is he covering up? That's the question.
But that being said, you know, inside Washington, D.C., you see a lot of hysteria, a lot of people talking about this, but he has a lot of supporters outside. I mean, obviously he was elected the president of the United States. What do you think people, his supporters who live in the middle of the country, are thinking about this? Do you think they still support, or are they really just wanting him to get down to the business of what he was elected to do?
Well, he said he was going to come to office and he was going to create jobs. Well, we've seen growth in terms of the last 2 jobs reports that there have been, and that stock market is doing really well. If those are indicators that his presidency is helping the country along from an economic standpoint, fine. But where do we see those jobs filtering down to those people who put a lot of their interest and belief that he was going to be their savior, he was going to be the one that was going to bring jobs back? It's too early to tell. I mean, we're only 100 days into office. We still haven't seen any major legislation get through Congress. We saw a health care bill that's right now stalled in the Senate. We have not seen anything that makes us really feel as if from a legislative standpoint that there's anything coming from this president. Now, what that's going to mean for those voters who voted for him, that support him, again, you know, I wish that I could tell our audience that, hey, you know, there's some great things that are coming down the pike. We don't know because there's so many contradictions. And it seems often that he says one thing and we find out that it's something else.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Atiba Madyun, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.